Computer networks presentation. Networking and communication. The field of networking and communication includes the analysis, design, implementation, and use of local wide area and mobile network that links computer together. The internet itself is a network that makes it feasible for nearly all computers in the world to communicate. A computer network links computers together via a combination of infrared light signals, radio wave transmissions, telephone lines, television cables, and satellite links. What is network technology? Definition: the technology which is used to exchange the data between small and large information. This technology can be used in educational institutions as well as businesses. Network technicians know the installation, configuration, and troubleshooting of the network technology, and this can be used to send digital data like audio, data, and visual files. By using networking, users can send message files through email or other channels based on the organization's requirement. Types of network technology. The various network technologies are LAN, WAN, MAN, PAN, VPN, multi-point, and point-to-point. These are the various types of network. What is topology? Topology defines the structure of the network of how all the components are interconnected to each other. There are two types of topology: physical and logical topology. The first topology is the bus topology. The bus topology is designed in such a way that all the stations are connected through a single cable known as backbone cable. Each node is either connected to the backbone cable by drops cable or directly connected to the backbone cable. When a node wants to send a message over the network, it puts a message over the network. All the stations available in the network will receive the message whether it has been addressed or not. The bus topology is mainly used in 802.3 Ethernet and 802.4 standard networks. The configuration of a bus topology is quite simpler as compared to other topologies. The backbone cable is considered as a single line through which the message is broadcast to all the stations. Advantages: low cost cable. In bus topology, nodes are directly connected to the cable without passing through a hub. Therefore, the initial cost of installation is low. Moderate data speeds. Coaxial or twisted pair cables are mostly used in bus based networks that support up to 10 megabytes per second. Familiar technology. Bus topology is a familiar technology as the installation and troubleshooting techniques are well known and hardware components are easily available. Limited failure. A failure in one node will not have any effect on other nodes. Disadvantages of bus topology: extensive cabling. A bus topology is quite simpler, but still it requires a lot of cabling. Difficult troubleshooting. It requires specialized test equipment to determine the cable faults. Signal interference. If two nodes send the message simultaneously, then the signals of both the nodes collide with each other. Reconfiguration difficult. Adding one devices to the new devices to the network would slow down the network. Attenuation. Attenuation is a loss of signal leads to communication issues. Repeaters are used to regenerate the signal. The next is the ring topology. The ring topology. In this topology, it forms a ring connecting devices with its exactly two neighboring devices. A number of repeaters are used for ring topology with a large number of nodes because if someone wants to send some data to the last node in the ring topology with 100 nodes, then the data will have to pass through 99 nodes to reach the 100th node. Hence, to prevent data loss, repeaters are used in the network. The transmission is unidirectional, but it can be made bidirectional by having two connections between each network node. It's called dual ring topology. Advantages of ring topology: network management. Faulty devices can be removed from the network without bringing the network down. Product availability. Many hardware and software tools for network operation and monitoring are available. Cost. Twisted pair cabling is inexpensive and easily available. Therefore, the installation cost is very low. Reliable. It is a more reliable network because the communication system is not dependent on the single host computer. The next is the disadvantages of ring topology, difficult troubleshooting. It requires specialized test equipment to determine the cable faults. If any fault occurs in the cable, then it would disturb the communication for all the nodes. Failure. The breakdown in one station leads to the failure of the overall network. Reconfiguration difficult. Adding new devices to the network would slow down the network. Delay. Communication delay is directly proportional to the number of nodes. Adding new devices increase the communication delay. Star topology. The star topology. In star topology, all the devices are connected to a single hub through a cable. This hub is the central node, and all other nodes are connected to the central node. The hub can be passive in nature, that is, not an intelligent hub, such as broadcasting devices. At the same time, the hub can be intelligent, known as an active hub. Active hubs have repeaters in them. A star topology having four systems connected to a single point of connection, that is hub. Advantages: network control. Complex network control features can be easily implemented in the star topology. Limited failure, as each station is connected to the central hub with its own cable, therefore failure in one cable will not affect the entire network. Familiar technology. Star topology is familiar technology as its tools are cost effective. Easily expandable. It is easily expandable to new stations can be added to the open ports on the hub. Cost effective. Star topologies networks are cost effective as it uses inexpensive coaxial cable, high data speeds. It supports bandwidth of approximately 100 megabytes per second. Ethernet 100 base T is one of the most popular star topology networks. Disadvantages of star topology: a central point of failure. If the central hub or switch goes down, then all the connected nodes will not be able to communicate with each other. Cable. Sometimes cable routing becomes difficult when a significant amount of routing is required. Tree topology. That tree topology combines the characteristics of bus topology and star topology. A tree topology is a type of structure in which all the computers are connected with each other in hierarchical fashion. The topmost node in the tree topology is known as root node, and all other nodes are the descendants of the root node. There is only one path exists between two nodes for the data transmission. Thus, it forms a parent-child hierarchy. Advantages: support for broadband transmission. Tree topology is mainly used to provide broadband transmission, that is, signals are sent over long distances without being attenuated. Easily expandable. We can add the new device to the existing network. Therefore, we can say that tree topology is easily expandable, easily manageable. In tree topology, the whole network is divided into segments known as star networks, which can be easily managed and maintained. Error detection. Error detection and error correction are very easy in a tree topology. Limited failure. The breakdown in one station does not affect the entire network. Point to point wiring. It has point to point wiring for individual segments. Disadvantages: difficult troubleshooting. It requires specialized test equipment to determine the cable faults. If any fault occurs in the cable, then it would disturb the communication for all the nodes. Failure: the breakdown in one station leads to the failure of all the overall network. Reconfiguration difficult: adding new devices to the network would slow down the network. Delay: communication delay is directly proportional to the number of nodes. Adding new devices increases the communication delay. Next is the mesh topology. Mesh topology: there are multiple paths from one computer to another computer. It does not contain switch, hub, or any central computer which acts as a central point of communication. The internet is an example of the mesh topology. Mesh topology is mainly used for WAN implementation, where communication failures are a critical concern. Mesh topology is mainly used for wireless networks. Mesh topology can be formed by using a formula: number of cables equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. Advantages: reliable. The mesh topology networks are very reliable, as if any link breakdown will not affect the communication between the connected computers. Fast communication. Communication is very fast between the nodes. Easier reconfiguration. Adding new devices would not disturb the communication between other devices. Disadvantages: cost. MS topology contains a large number of connected devices, such as router and more transmission media than other topologies. Management: mesh topology networks are very large and very difficult to maintain and manage. If the network is not monitored carefully, then the communication links failure goes under undetected. Efficiency: in this topology, redundant connections are high, that reduces the efficiency of the network. Thank you.